Okay, another live stream. I know that nobody really watches these, but I just I'm not I don't really care about like the 0 views or 0 likes. I'm just doing it because it's just easy for me. It's less buttons to press to get my thoughts out about stuff that I want to talk about, but I don't really have anyone to talk about with. Or I feel like if I feel like not always, but like I've been around very like intelligent and somewhat high octane people. So sometimes it's hard for me to just express what I'm saying. People don't give me the space to just articulate and think my thoughts out as I say them. Sometimes, not always. Thankfully. But I also just like I don't know who I would talk about this with because the people that like I watched this film with like weren't the kind of people who well, I think one might have been, but then like I don't know I don't know if they might have understood. But the thing is, like, I had to let them go because some weird stuff happened. Like, I don't know. It was like very, it was just very sad. I don't really know how else to put it. It was just like really, really sad. But I think that's all I'll say about that, just to like put that to rest. But it was just so sad. It's like when you invest a lot in a friendship and you think that and they invest in you back and you have a lot in common and then suddenly things happen and I think like part of what like happened was like they suddenly it was weird. It was like I've noticed this with like some women is that uh I don't know if this is like a mental health thing, like slightly borderline thing, but it's like they're very intelligent, right? And like I feel like for the most part we can talk as like equals and then something happens and then I don't know what happens, but like it's like they'll exhibit like fawning response. And I don't know like if it's something that I do that triggers this or if this was something that occurred as a result of the like mental health stuff that's been coming about like in recent years. um but I'm still like trying to wrap my head around it. It's like a really weird thing to witness. um Especially when growing up as a kid, like you've had like adult women um sort of like bully you or push you around a little bit and then suddenly they're like looking up to you. It's like very weird. I much prefer the like equal. I don't like people looking up or looking down. I'm like, I just rather just be on an even, equitable level here. And that's what someone else, a stranger, once observed in me, too. So, hats off to you for noticing that so quickly about me. Um, what else? So, about that film, it just came at the exact right moment in my life. And what I mean by that is, so it was interesting. So it's portrayed by a lot of Asian American actors. Um, and I was attending a medical school that was in the heart of a very of an Asian American ethnic enclave. Is that, I think that's the right way to pronounce it. And there were some really weird and interesting dynamics um, in history in terms of like medicine in that space. And I think it's because I mean a lot of us know that like historically um medicine has been um for numerous reasons. uh well, I don't want to put any blanket generalizations because there are a lot of spaces and things that have been done to try to progress and do really well with women's health. And well, the thing with it's difficult, but in terms of like Asian um like the Asian thing, it's like, so I've heard like some people talk about relating to this movie. I mean, clearly, if you look at me, I'm Asian American, or I look non-white. I guess people would classify me as Asian American. I don't really go around thinking about that so much, but just for the purposes of this, let's see, the theme of this like month, AAPI month, and also like the film, um, I'm acknowledging it. And I also know that I've known people who would fall under the category of Asian American, but maybe they're like, I guess, technically speaking, I would fall under the category of first generation Asian American. And then, but I know people who are like descendants, like first, like second, third, fourth. Think I knew one guy who was like a fourth generation. He did not consider himself Asian. He just considered himself American, and he actually really sort of resented the label of being put into um, the label of being an American. So of an Asian. So it's interest. People are different, and it takes time to get to know somebody. At least in order to have like equality relationship. Um, but that makes sense. So that's so like I look like that, and I guess like that's how people would categorize me, just for the sake of putting me into a box. Sure, put me into that box. But the reason why I didn't find why did I find it so relatable? I think I cried 3 times in this movie, and I was wondering, is it because I felt it conveyed the relationship I've had with my parents? I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because I was like, I don't. In some way, no. In some ways, no. Not at all. I think what I think why I cried 3 times is because like I understood, like it was so beautiful. Like I understood the pain that they did such a great job of showing the pain that um, the mom and daughter felt, and personally felt that pain when I was attending this school because I felt it in others, and the way that they treated me or the way that they treated each other. Um, it was like that dynamic was way, way, way more amplified in the weird, like, um, sort of like there's like cross cultural differences, and the culture isn't just as simple as like what I mean by culture is that it's not just as simple as sorry, I'm just watching this silverfish crawl down my wall. It's not as simple as Asian. It was really difficult because like I mean, first off, like when you don't know what other people are thinking. Um Hands down. You don't know what people are perceiving of you. And that's okay. That's okay. But like I think for me what was really challenging was like it was so hard was like the first year dealing with a whole group of people. We were all It was very diverse actually. We were all a cohort. It was small, but we were it's like we all like were so different. And like we all kind of like I don't know if we really like got along. I think like it was like I appreciated everyone's quirks, but it was like we were all so different. Initially, it was like hard to figure out like how do we communicate with each other? Cuz like even like there was like a 1 year difference. It was like in terms of age, cuz like if you've been in school your whole life, like being 1 year older, 1 year younger can sometimes, if you're like 4th grade versus 5th grade, it's like, oh my god, like the difference is like a universe away. And that's kind of how it felt because some of these kids or some of these people that uh they were like one of them was like I remember like all this slang was it Gen I can't even keep up with like the generations. Like I can't I always have to look up what Gen X, Gen Z, whatever it is. Like, personally, I identify as an I mean, I don't identify, but that's where I would be put as a millennial, but, like, I don't really think about that that much. I just, and I don't relate to all the, like, millennial stereotypes or memes because, like, some of them I've watched, like, online. I see these videos and I'm like, I don't like, no offense, but this seems really dumb. Like, I don't agree. But, like, I just, this is so dumb. Like, this feels like this is, like, worse than, like, college. Like, I remember when, like, freshman year of college, like, being just so excited by, like, intelligent being surrounded by people who are, like, more intelligent than me and just loving it. Um, anyway, I just but now I just feel like I don't know if I feel like higher education is a scam. Uh or at least it kind of always has been. Like, even in university, I felt like I was gravitating towards people that were smarter than me or who had better test scores than me. And they would be like, "Well, why don't you um and I don't know why these people invited me into their life. Um Now that I think about it, cuz like I think people used to think I was like smart. But like I just I just thought that was weird because like I feel like everyone is smart in their own way. And it really really irritated me being labeled like gifted or talented or um people trying to put me onto this like performative stage uh because they saw like my potential. And sometimes honestly I would just perform badly uh just to not as an adult but as a child. um like since like when I hit like 20 it's just like oh shit. You know what I mean? But like now it's like if I now I'm like I don't perform as well as I did before. Well, sorry, it's probably because I'm just an adult now. I'm older now. And like I probably had long COVID. um I think I want to blame my worse short-term long-term memory and my worsened cognitive functioning on long COVID. Or what is probably more likely is the fact that I was never that smart to begin with. I just knew how to navigate social situations in a way that made me seem as though I were intelligent. It's a bit of like a Hollywood parlor trick. It was something that actually I learned, I think, as a freshman in college. Um, was I would watch interviews of done on Conan, where they had the blue background and the moon, and I would just soak it in. I was like, oh my god, these people are just so magnetic and so charming. And so fun. And I just pretended I was a celebrity in my like discussion sections and in my interactions uh with people, with strangers, with people at university. And I think that made the world of a difference, because all of a sudden it was like I'm not I'm not somebody who is a stereotype. I'm an interesting person. I'm relatable. And so hearing about all the like different Asian American, I guess, perspectives on reading about it on this movie and how they felt like it hit home to them. Like I could understand it, but on another level, like I didn't feel like that was true to my own experience in terms of like my upbringing. But I felt it was true to me, sort of losing a great deal of innocence when I attended medical school in a Chinatown. And um like all the different um misunderstandings that people had between each other, and there was just like not enough time to sort of rectify. It was just so unhealthy. um People just not being on the same page and all sorts of things. It was really actually heartbreaking in so many ways. I'm kind of tearing up thinking about it. But uh on another note, so like I don't know, um I just recording this for posterity's sake. I was really young when I feel like I still get younger every day. um it's like you kind of grow up an old soul and then you get younger. um oh, this is my pet sheep, Henry. He's been with me forever. Henry, he's the best. um he has this crooked smile. So fluffy. He's so fluffy. It's just a blob. It's just like the cutest little thing to exist. I found him in a Harris Teeter. It was like the grocery store in Maryland, and it's like if they took a corgi or a sheep and put it into a corgi format. It's so cute. Ah. Anyway, this is Henry. I just I really love um I really love it when I literally love it when pets have human names. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about when I like ran into a neighbor and their dog barked at me, and then like it was like a far off neighbor, and then she was like, "I'm so sorry." She was like, "God damn it, Jerry." Looking back now, it's like that dog's name is Jerry. It's like Parks and Rec. God damn it, Jerry. It's like when they all get mad at him for just existing. It's so mean. It's so mean, but it was kind of. He just like always fucks up everything. What was his name? The oh my god, I can't remember it. Oh, oh my god, the guy who was treat yourself. He gets like really mad at him because he, he will type in Google to the what was it was so dumb. It was like he types in like write email like Gmail into the search bar. He clicks the gmail.com. I for a link or something. It's like the most like inefficient way to do something. He gets so mad at him. God damn it, Jerry. um oh, where was I? Oh man, I'm tearing up still. That's so fucking funny. I'm sorry. Oh. Okay. Where was I going with this again? Oh, the everything everywhere all at once. Yeah, that's kind of like how this is going. This is so. Oh, this is a mess. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Hmm. Yeah, I really felt all the feels during that movie, but I don't feel like I was like thinking like Oh, it's because that's my relationship with my mom. Well, maybe it was a little bit. I don't know. Was it? One, two, three. I cried 3 times. I remember. I felt like they understood me. But why? I think it's because you know what? I actually feel like I related more to Evelyn in that movie, not um Jabba Fukiwaki. I, actually, when they first introduced it, I thought that they were talking about um I thought they had taken it from Jabberwocky, the Lewis Carroll movie. Was it? Not movie. Poem. Alice in Wonderland. Jabberwocky. Not Jabba Hut. Jabberwocky. Yeah. I thought that was a reference to that for the longest time, and I tried looking it up, and I guess it's not. Um. Oh my god. Eyelash in the eye. Huh. Um. No, what was I gonna say? I felt like I was like Evelyn. I felt like people were just. I felt like I was fighting a battle I didn't know why I was fighting. And that I was like really struggling. And I was being tossed around like a piece of clothing in a laundry machine. And um that's what it felt like to be in that environment. And it was really, really toxic. I still remember like the dean, like she was like really famous, I guess, or well known, like screaming at me over Zoom. Um, it was like a really toxic family. Huh. And or like sorority. Like it was so weird. And then um like you really didn't have that much choice in many things. Um, it was very, very it was really, really sad. It was really, really sad. That's all I can say. Um, and there was a video I watched recently of this girl who graduated from Cal Arts saying like don't do it if you don't have a lot of money. And that's sort of similar. It's like it was like it's similar to just like any professional school is like where people or like any environment when people like complain like oh it's like high school. And I think any environment or school is like what you make of it. So like it's like very easy to get sucked into the drama, like she said. It's like because it becomes so insular, it becomes your whole life. I managed for like the first 2 years, tried my best to like uh to kind of like stay out of it, but like boy is it hard to do that because people, I don't know, it's just like you don't get, sometimes you don't get a lot of choice with the people that you don't get a choice in like the people that you're assigned with, and you just, I don't know. It's interesting because like in middle school in 8th grade I had a very good time not getting sucked into that stuff. And I wonder why. I was like really, really, really happy, really smart. I just remember like one really negative experience, which was like the vice principal who was um, also my math teacher. I think she was joking when she like talked to me, but she like made kind of like this weird underhanded comment. And I just like really didn't like her after that. Um other than that, everything else was so great. Um, I heard of other people having bad experiences, but I had a really good experience. And I'm like wondering why that was. You know what I mean? Stayed out of trouble for the most part, which is like very rare for like middle school. I know. I still remember at one point, like my US history teacher, like being in that room, there was like a, might have been like a parent teacher conference or something like that. And I like expressed the wish that I wish that I didn't have to go through high school, that I could just go straight into college. And he just kind of looked at me sharply, like kind of concerned. And like the mom there was like, "Oh, you're gonna do yourself like a disservice." She was like trying to hold me back. She was like, "No, like high school is such an important experience to have, blah 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 blah." And like looking back, it's like she didn't know. She really didn't understand my perspective. I understood what she was saying, but she just was sort of being like, "Oh, you're so young," you know? Um, I actually think I was right, and I really did flourish in college. Um, and I think part of the reason was because I was away from home, my parents, and yeah, I really thrived in an environment where people were smart and happy, occupied, socialized. I don't know if I just don't know if like kids are still having this. Um, I hope there are lots of kids having this kind, like a positive experience from school. I know it's not very common at all. Um, trying to, it's like hard. It's so hard to like come up with ways to do that, and to cater to different needs, and expectations. And it's like not easy at all. Anyway, yeah, I think I felt in a way. Yeah, it definitely gave me all the feels, that movie. And to know that there's a universe full of infinite possibilities is just so freeing. There's all these people telling you, you have to do it like this, you have to do it like that, or like, I know what's best for you. It's like not necessarily, or like, it's more like, this is what works for me. Some of my glittery eyeshadow rubbed off onto my finger. So, yeah. I think it's really helpful to do reflections on your life and life experiences. I'm not saying that everyone has to. But I think it helps. I think taking time, to reflect on things really helps. It really, really does. Yeah. Still, like, I can't believe how patronizing anyway. That's enough of that. It's a good movie. You should go see it if you want. Thank you.